All right. A little note on President Carter's presidency. So I can remember my parents getting real mad about something that was going on the television. I was about 5 years old, and it was that this guy got elected. His name was Ronald Reagan. They were very upset. I didn't know why. My father was one of those people who he would defend Jimmy Carter, but it was kind of weird. I never could quite figure out, like, his defenses of Jimmy Carter they weren't very strong defenses. Like, yeah, yeah. So here's one of the things about Jimmy Carter's presidency. Hands up, don't shoot, and peaceful protest. That all comes from that period of time, really. That whole kind of idea of leftists destroying things, blowing up police stations, because that was the thing, is stuff got bombed all the time during the 70s. This is why nobody talks about the 70s. This is why, like, liberals really don't discuss, like, no, they were really violent during the 70s. The 60s turned into the violent 70s. Peace, love, and happiness turned into out-and-out violence. And, like, whole cities were ruined. And it wasn't until... And so the Democrats have one guy. They had a guy named Bill Clinton. And here's the thing, if you really think about it. What did he do? Because even my father's like, Bill Clinton's no liberal. And so really, what does it come down to? He ran game. Because that's what he did. He ran game on hoes. Because that's his thing. That's really the talent he had as far as a politician. Now we see it, and it's kind of disgusting, because now we know Bill Clinton was a rapist monster. Just one of the most monstrous of monsters. And so it's just one of these things now of, like, that's why you don't hear anybody talking about it. It's going to be kind of interesting to see how people talk about Bill Clinton. Well, and that's why you never hear the liberals talking about the Carter administration. Because during the Carter administration, they showed everybody who they were. They destroyed all the cities. They were blowing up police stations. The gang violence exploded. And so that's why Reagan got elected. And it changed everything forever. And that, yeah, it's and then this idea too that a lot of us look back and we're like, wait a second, tax rates for the highest percent were this back in this time, right? Well, that was the thing, is Reagan totally crushed a lot of the tax rates, and from the old Democratic model, and everybody realized, like, oh, like, I actually work really hard and fucking I'm kind of rich. And note, that hasn't really changed. Now, why? Because all of a sudden, there were a whole bunch of women in the workforce that realized they liked the tax rates after Reagan. They weren't going to have daddy's tax rates from earlier. And it did wonders. Now there's literally 2 generations of female career women homeowners that have assets and have legacy wealth, whether they have children or not. I mean, there's a lot that don't, but... So I just want to kind of put that, just, it's kind of interesting the way the press is trying to play up Carter's presidency. I just want to bring up those ugliest of points about it later.